hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. The morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be
Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday and good afternoon. It is the last day on this month that I will be live. And then we'll be on the next month. It's crazy how time flies. I'm like, it's the 28th already. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Or good evening, if that's the matter. And indeed, happy Friday. Happy weekend for those that's having weekend now. I have weekend, which is pretty cool. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll end up getting to do something on the go. I'll be on the road Sunday, and yeah. But I have a feeling I may not have that much time to do stuff, but we'll see. Good afternoon, Helen. Good morning, Rev. Good morning, Susan. And good morning, Megan. I've said I hope you're having a wonderful Friday already. Yeah, so I finished up the beanie, which means that we basically only have a couple of shawls left to work on, unless I am to start a new project. And I didn't bring yarn for starting a new project. So yeah, I guess that's not happening because all the yarn is upstairs. Which is kind of new, right? Like I'm I knew that we weren't going to start new projects, let's be honest. We have the shawl we're working on, and that's going to take some time. And then I have another shawl I need to get started working on, which I'll be bringing with me. And then we will see what's happening when I'm back. Maybe I've done stuff after being off for a bit. So the shawl I'm working on is the Narya Shawl by K.A.M.E Crochet. Here is the beginning of it. As you can see, I did a little bit more since last time. Not like an awful lot, because yesterday I was busy working, and then we were out eating in the evening and stuff like that. But here you can see how it's nicely making progress. We are at row 13, I think. So as I said, we are not that far yet. The yarn I'm using is, of course, this awfully gorgeous Sultan Deluxe from Cotton Kings. Well, it's a hobby brand, but it is the Cotton Kings 100% cotton Sultan Deluxe. The difference between the Sultan and Sultan Deluxe is that the Sultan Deluxe is longer, it weighs a bit more, and the yarn is twined together and it's not loose threads like the regular Sultan. I also think the Sultan Deluxe is a bit softer coiffure. I believe the Sultans, regular Sultans, are made in India, and this is made in Turkey. So, fun fact for you guys. I influenced Megan to get the pattern of this Narya shawl. Okay, yeah, you mentioned that. Well, I guess that's a challenge with these chats, right? I get influenced by you guys, and you sometimes get influenced by me. So yeah, I'm not sure what to say, to say except I'm sorry. What did I want to do? I wanted to prep something quickly, but I'm not sure if it wants to do. Let's do. Yeah, maybe. So I was just getting a little bit quickly, like time flew today. So I was just missing one thing, and let's hope this works. We'll try this. Good. I have a new function, hopefully, in Nightbot. So, of course, here it's just well, right now it's dry, but it's raining, so I'm expecting it's pretty close to 100% humidity. We had some heavy thunderstorms last night, and last evening was really humid. It was warm yesterday. It was like 30 degrees, and in the evening the thunderstorms came. We had also been out eating, was really nice. I got some lovely chicken, and yeah, definitely got filled from that. And then it's kind of like been raining on and off since last night around 11 p.m. maybe. And we really like at some time we got more than like 10 millimeters power, which is like it was raining steadily. Let's just put it like this. It was like not pouring down, but it was raining quite steadily. And as you guys know, we kind of desperately have needed the water for a while. And now we're finally getting it, and it's almost a bit too much, maybe. Megan says, I have so much channels. Good to find a new pattern to use it on. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. So I'm not the only one with having too much yarn. I mean, like, I have another, I think, 8 or 9 episodes still to record from the Sort My Stash series. Just saying. The weather here, it's currently rain. I agree, it is rainy, and if it's not rainy right now, it is rainy anytime soon again. It's wet outside. Temperature of 65 degrees Fahrenheit, so about 19 degrees Celsius. The wind is blowing from south-southwest at 9 miles per hour, and the humidity is 91. Yep. Good morning, Jessica. Good afternoon from you as well to those who is in their afternoons. The weather in New Jersey. We are still pending. Well, I'm not sure why I only get the top chat moment. Flipping over here. The weather for Ormstown in, well, Quebec, Canada, is cloudy with a temperature of 66 degrees Fahrenheit, so also 19 degrees Celsius. A wind is blowing from west-southwest, and it is 89. So actually, you could almost say that I'm in Ormstown, except for the tiny, tiny difference that it's rainy here. In New Jersey, the conditions are foggy with a temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind is blowing from northwest, and it is also quite humid, luckily, when it's foggy. A wizard neither has too much nor enough yarn. A wizard always needs new yarn that just came out. Gandalf, probably. Yes, yes. Well, I get that. A wizard never has too much or too little. It's just enough. It's just perfect. Always perfect, no matter the circumstance. Um, I just need to kind of decrease my hoard. Um, because my hoard is a reality. What I did do is that I did add a new command. So we do have the Instagram command for those that want to follow me on Instagram. That should pop up, and I do those with exclamation marks in front. That should pop up the link for my Instagram. And then we also now have the exclamation mark shop that should put up my web shop for those that's curious. Ta-ta. That is for the quick posts. Okay, so what I wanted to say here is I was going to find the pattern. That sounds like a blimey good idea. I need the print-friendly version. I don't necessarily need photos. So far, this pattern is smooth sailing. Did I have 7 stitches here? I think I did. 2, 4, 6, 7 plus 2. Yeah, good. It's just about getting used to it, basically. And so, Ref, what yarn did you buy a trip to Michael's? You finished your blanket. Oh, sweet. Let's just pop over and look at that before I pop into crafty myself. Choo, choo, choo. Here we are. That's lovely colors. Meanwhile, I'll just quickly jump into my vest. It's a bit funny weather because it's just on the edge for me to find it too cold without. and too warm with. And it's not really a warm one. But yeah, this is a gorgeous gray one. Love the marbled effect. Oh, reminds me I have so much more yarn laying and waiting on me to make interesting projects with. But that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I'm now debating on what I'm making for the new luck of the draw. Well, good question. That I cannot tell you. I don't know if you have any feeling as to what you would want to do. Oh no, Pleta is sending me more emails. I fear that they are trying to convince me to get something on sale. Yeah, final summer sale up to 35% discounts. Oh goodness. I am not getting for 200 euros worth of yarn. And the reason I'm saying it like this is because I absolutely refuse to pay for shipping, which means if I do, I'll have to get for the 199, which is when I get free shipping. And I think that's a lot of yarn that I don't need. So I'm just being like, no. No, no, no. I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. I need to keep decreasing my stash. Keep shopping it. I have more than plenty of projects I can make with what's in my stash. Unless I have completely different ideas, which is fair. Good. I got one skein of each of the Pride colors and a white skein of white. I will probably just do a regular granny blanket since I know the math for that. 28 rounds with a 5.5 millimeter to get the 40-inch blanket. Well, that's definitely an option, right? What about chevron blanket maybe? Would that be an idea? Just a thought. Rev, on that note, I did send you an email Wednesday, but it could be that I landed in your spam box. So in case you haven't seen it, check your spam. And then we will find the dual camera, and then we will pop down for you guys to see what on earth I'm doing. And we may need to, because it's a little bit bright, right? So I may need to get it a bit darker for you guys to easier actually see what I'm doing. That, like this. Also, because when I started this stream, I felt a bit warm. So I didn't get tea, I just have my lemonade. And now I'm like, should I have gotten tea? Like, this is how bad this weather is for me. I mean, I'm just so mixtured in my feelings. But I'm not gonna make tea, it's gonna be making a lot of noise. So no tea. That's not happening. Hui. Ah, good. Turn the work. And then this is over here. Susan wants to know the gray blanket, what yarn it's made from, variegated or multiple skeins in different colors. I'm not sure if it's made with Premier Puzzle Sudoku. I guess it's a colorway Sudoku in Premier Puzzle. And meanwhile, I just need to do my counting. So we did row 13, or I did row 13, and then blah, 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 next 9 stitches. Yes, okay. That means that I'm also going to pull this pattern up on Ravelry because then I know if you guys want to know what I'm working on, I can always say this one, my friends. Oh my goodness. Why are we not having this easier for my sake? Good. This is just an event people are asking. Indeed, there is 2 levels before the next. Okay, fair enough. You found the email. Great. All of those. That's in the store when we get there. Like anything that's listed is everything I have on my web shop is ready to ship. So for me, in that sense, it's easy. And when it's sold out, they just get marked as sold out. So I just only have on my web shop, not necessarily what I can deliver, but what I have ready to deliver. I think that's much easier rather than needing to still craft stuff. So it's just ready to go, if that makes sense. I just need to find a bit of time to get the listing made. I will probably need to make the listing, or I will need to see if I can figure out sending you like a private link. But I probably won't have time to do any shipping before like I'm back, so that's gonna be like not next week, but the week after. So in like a week and a half time, 10 days. Because yeah, life. Okay, sure. I'll keep it for you. And then I'll figure out if I can do something like send you a private link or whatnot. But do you have my email? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So I can, if I manage to get a like another setup done, I could see if I could send that to you. That should get 9, so 11 including. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. True. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But mostly, I'm just happy that you you actually did get the email. I guess I was hit in your spam or something like that. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this row is actually pretty simple. I mean, it's just a couple of double crochets and then it's mainly chains and a single crochet. So this is gonna be quick. I also expect that we should probably have a color change today. I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's odd. But it's whitelisted. Cool. I don't think I plan to spam you in any case, so we should be safe, right? No intentions. No ill intentions. That's 3. Perfect. Then a bunch off. Should have like 9, I guess. If I did math correct. You can't be any worse than Michael's or Hirschner's. No, I don't think I am. I mean, I don't doubt that I'll be spamming people with mail. I'm generally not a big spammer of things. So I guess we should be fine in that matter. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so no, I'm a good girl. I don't really flood people's inboxes. I have no intention of doing that. That makes 0 sense. Don't think I even have a newsletter system. I'd probably need to sign up for some sort of mail program to do that. And that could then question myself if, yeah. I mean, people get numb when it's the same mails coming often enough. There are some stores who will be like, "Oh, I think I found this you might be interested in." Right? Like, it's just like, if you look at something on Amazon, you will keep getting mails about, "Oh, we think you might be interested in this. Do you want to get this?" No, I don't. I mean, or yeah, if it was a better price. um so there's definitely worse people than me out there. I don't do things I wouldn't appreciate myself. And I'm the type of person, like, I absolutely despite like door-to-door sales and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I'm okay, like, going to the store, I would go to the store and find it, or I would look it up myself if I find I need something. I wouldn't want to push stuff on people, if that makes sense. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. But 8 emails a day, that's insane. I mean, 3, 4. That's like a lot. I'm genuinely lightly surprised. 3, 4, 5. Oh, I need to be careful here. Look, I'm almost like tangling my yarn up. This is definitely thin yarn, so this will take a while for me to crack this one. Oh, it is. It takes a little bit more time, I think, than a twister. But we should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That shawl is going to be an anniversary present for the wife for her Renaissance fair costume. Oh, sweet! I didn't know this. She did Renaissance. Now I have to know when is the anniversary. I just need to know how much in a rush I am. 2, 3, 4, 5. But you said no rush, so we should be fine. But it is gorgeous. think I may keep an eye out for if I can procure an extra green, like a real green. So I have one in my stash already, but that wasn't exactly what I had planned to use that on. I'm not really sure what I had planned to use the green on regardless. So, but I mean, I think, oh, yeah, we'll make that. That's not a problem. We will definitely reach that. Mm-hmm. That should not be an issue. I am going to try to find this one. Just gonna pop over here to my Ravelry stash. I have this one in my stash. I think this one could also be like super gorgeous with that pattern. But as I said, I do like green, so I want to ensure I have like another green. So maybe I'll have to shop yarn if I want to at some stage. But we have other shawls to do first. I mean, it's not emergency by any means. But yeah. As you know, I do have a fair amount of cakes. So there's always options for alternate yarns. Good. I'm just gonna, because I have one stitch to 2 stitches, I need chain also. We are finished row 14 in 2 stitches time. So now I already ensured it was ready for me just to turn the work around, which is what I'll be doing. Like that. Then again, we are stacking some single crochets. Ta-ta. Hobby doesn't have the green one. Oh, yes. Oh, I think I saw like a coat thing in that green and purple dahlia from Hobby, where I was thinking, oh yes, that is gorgeous. Let's pop over and see if we can actually get the Hobby ads here. I don't know. But I'm sure you're talking about the yarns that's made in this one, in the Mad Scientist, in this colorway. Yeah? Because I've seen like, it looks like it's a coat, but it could also be a dress. No patterns listed, but they do have galleries. No pattern here either. Oh, that's gorgeous, by the way. Wow. But this, of course, is the Dutch side. Maybe I need to do hobby.com to find that. We'll see. Halloween yarn. But it's wool. I mean, itchy. No patterns, but there are more photos in the photo gallery, so maybe we are lucky. Did you see? Let's see. Because here's also like, it's a skirt. That's a dress. So there are definitely dress options. This is a tunic, which I'd like to make at some stage. So So that's what I like about them. They have these like options to go and look for the gallery, what others made. The viral broom. Oh, I should probably share that one of mine on I mean, the wheel one deserves a spot to see how pretty that yarn could turn out. Oh, that's kind of nice too. That's more like a tunic, but I mean, that's pretty cool. So there's definitely options. Could also make the Lost Souls. On that note, that's a pattern I want to make at some stage, just not right now. Good, if I did read this correct, yeah, in the next many stitches. Goody. But yeah, I guess the challenge is, and I'm sure I am not the only one, you know, getting ideas as to what we want to make. It's a lot easier than actually doing it, in the sense of it's quicker to get ideas than it is to actually make the ideas you get. Um, then we are into the 1, 2, 3, and then we will need to work into the stitches. And you know, do you know why I mostly choose to create foundation chains rather than, not chains, but foundation stitches, like such as a foundation single crochet row or foundation double crochet row, etc., rather than making a chain and then working into the chain? Because I absolutely hate working into the chain. I mean, I'd much rather just make double crochet row in advance rather than having to first chain the row and then work double crochets into the row. And it's because I sometimes find working into chains a bit of a fiddly process. So that's just not my favorite thing. I mean, I'd much rather, if I can, stick to working around the chain. And this pattern specifically lists that you work into the chain. Would that hold me away from making the pattern in the future? Probably not. Would it be the first pattern I make of all the pattern options I have? Probably not. I mean, I would probably quicker find a pattern where I don't necessarily need to work into the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Especially because this particular pattern, every 3 rows, we have this 1, 2, 3 couple of stitches where I need to work into it. So it just takes longer, I guess. But yeah. One, two, three. 1, 2. Mm-mm-mm. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2. Hello, Karen. Wonderful to see you. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening. Not sure where you are in the world. Here it's afternoon. So, and it is dark because it's rainy here in Europe for once, and finally it's raining. It has been raining for a bit, but I mean we have had the driest summer ever. And it is officially thundering. I did not know if you heard that, but it is thundering here. Maybe it's time for us to go visit the weather forecast. I mean, this is wet. So let's see if we can pop over here. Ta-ta! This is right now how it looks. And I mean, can we zoom out a bit? Yeah, we can. This is what's passing. Ta-ta-ta-ta. And apparently it was thundering. So if we pop over here, we can see where it's thundering, apparently. Look, thunders. Thunderstorm coming. This is all thunder, one big thunderstorm. Yay. So that means if I suddenly go offline, I do apologize, but then I will blame the weather. But it is definitely thundering out there, and I also saw the first lightning strike. It's hot and dry in Texas. Yeah, I heard. Rev is also in Texas, and he tells it's a hot period indeed. 35 days over 100 degrees Fahrenheit and not had any real rain in months. Well, I will send you my thunderstorm if you want it. I mean, you may have it. Not sure if you will get enough rain from that though, but I think what we all can feel is the change of global warming. I mean, the whole world has been a bit upside down this year because even Europe has been more dry than normal, right? We have had so many forest fires in Europe, like especially like Spain and France. Also, Belgium has been struggling with some. Those that's been in the Netherlands has been luckily been able to put down pretty quick, but there's like lots of rules you aren't allowed to barbecue unless you're on like a terrace or something like that's less likely to catch fire. Um, you also aren't allowed to turn on barbecues in the wild, stuff like that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So it's pretty crazy, honestly. But now it's finally like we have had regular rain on a daily basis almost since a week and a half, I think, 2 weeks. Not necessarily rain every day, but we've had lots more rain the last half of August than we've had. Like the last 2 weeks of August, we have had more rain, I think, than we had the first, like since 1st of June. We had a huge storm 2 nights ago. At least that's something. I will take your thunderstorm and your temperatures. You can have some sun. It will be about 3 inches above your head. No, thank you. No, 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 no. Well, a bit of sun is okay, but I just don't need your temperatures to come with it. It almost sounds like there is a big aircraft, like a big F-35 flying over us, but it's not. It's thunder. I don't think they're flying in this weather. But yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so feel free to grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, biscuits in the corner as well. And feel free to let us know what you're working on if you're working on something right now. I am working on the Narya Shawl. That is by K.A.M.E Crochet. I have a link to where you can get the pattern in the description box down below should you be interested in obtaining it. It is not my pattern, so it's not my design, but I'm happy to advertise for it because I think it is a gorgeous design and it's working up quite nicely so far. But we'll probably first finish this one sometime in September. 3, 4 is my guess. Maybe October if it goes bad. So I have a goal for September, and that goal is to um, get started on blocking all of those shawls I have laying and get them listed. At least those I have no intention of keeping. That should not be difficult. Ooh, it's really thundering. It's also super dark. It's just like as if it's 8 in the evening, 9 in the evening almost feeling, but it's 3 in the afternoon. I finished my 4-inch for week one log of the draw, 10 weeks, and I want 14-inch blanket when done. S. What? So for do you want to do for a week or make one blanket a week? So 10 blankets. I'm not really sure if I understand this, Rev. Karen is working on knitting a Tolstra tee. Ooh. Can I find that on Ravelry of all curiosity? Of course, I could quickly show. This is the shawl I'm making, by the way. It's gonna turn out like this gorgeous thing. Definitely a gorgeous, gorgeous shawl. That is the Narya Shawl. If it is, let's pop over and see if Tolstra. No, that was not spelled correctly. Tolsta T. It is here. Ooh, that looks nice. I just do see one. This one is having more airy, and this one is more like lined. So it's more like you can choose, or because this looks like she left airs in it, like air gap ventilations. But this one is nice looking. I mean, I like. She definitely made a few of them. Ooh, daisies. Or does she include the option as well in the pattern if you want to make the air gaps? Of all curiosity. Looks good though. I have not jumped into knitting tees yet. I'm making one blanket 4 inches a week for 10 weeks for a 40-inch blanket with the make alongs done. Okay, so you work up 4 inches a week for 10 weeks long, and that turns into a 40-inch blanket. Great. I think I understand. Ooh. Karen says she loves the shawl. Thank you. And verifies that you get several pattern options. I think that's a good deal then. I mean, It's always great to have multiple options. 1, 2. One, two, three. So yeah, this one is just something we're gonna crack along on for a while. And then I need to start new projects. But yeah, I will have to see basically what I still will be working on or what I have to work on, etc. when I'm back from my trip. And then we'll take it from there. This is a project I can easily just quote unquote leave behind because it's easy to get back into. Technically speaking, it is a 3/6 row repeat. You basically repeat every 3 rows, but every 6 rows you do it ever so slightly different because you need to add more of these thingies, the air gaps, whatever ventilation gaps. And that would be the main difference of those every 6 rows, so to say. But generally, it's just kind of the same. So it is actually quite simple shawl, this one, I would say. Henceforth, I think most can do it, if one wants to. I can make whatever I want. That is true. I mean, in the end, it is my yarn and it is my time. I can definitely make whatever I want. I just, I have a few things I want to do. I just haven't completely defined it yet. I think it's a bit weird because, you know, some of the projects this year so far has been predefined. And by this, I mean, I knew at the beginning of the year, I had like these 5 projects I wanted to make this year, but I finished them all. So I am much more free in my choice of makes. And that can both be a blessing and a curse in one. I mean, sometimes it's nice to have lots of things to work on because it kind of gives you more choice, but often you end up having preferences, right? Luck of the draw is easy. Pick 5 colors and a base color. My base is white with a numbered yarns being variegated each week. Tricia pulls a number out of a cup, and that is your color of the week or for the week. Sweet. There's definitely some random draw in this. What I've really been thinking about, I mean, so I have all these cottons, which is basically cotton scraps. Some of them I do have plans for, some of them I don't. But I'm thinking when I have enough of these cotton scraps, then my thought is to make a scrap basket, but I will do it with help of like a die. So a dice, not a die, but a dice. And I do have the dices from back when I, many years ago, I did play some D&D with some friends. So I have some dices from back then. And then we could have the dices tell us when to do the color changes. And then we could like say, okay, half an hour on every live or something like that. We could work on one. But I mean, I need some more cotton scraps first. It seems a bit of a waste to use brand new yarns on it. That seems wasteful. Anyhow, we just finished another row, my friends. That's row 15. Ta-ta-ta. 1 and a 2 stacked singles. So that's what I've been thinking um, for some of my scraps. And I mean, we always have scraps laying somewhere, but I don't think we have enough yet to make a decent size yet. So that's why we're not doing anything yet. I mean, I need more scraps. So. Oh, that was yawning. And I need to make 15. Okay. Then we do these, and then we need to add a new row of. So this is what I mean with when I've finished this row, we have the sixth row of when it kind of changes, right? So technically speaking, it is a 6-row repeat pattern, but it almost feels like only a 3-row repeat pattern. And that's because, let's see if I can show this properly, that these pieces, that's every 6 row. So every 6 rows, I add a new of these blocks. So when I've done this row, the next row that comes here will have the first bit of these new adds, as well as down here, you will also be adding. So that's kind of how it works. So honestly, I think I wouldn't, like, you would probably consider more beginners if you're just doing a regular shawl here back and forth, which is just double crochets, and that's it in each stitch, right? But I think this is pretty close to beginner friendly. You need to know your stitches. You need to have a consistent gauge and stuff like that. But further than that, this shawl it's not a very difficult shawl to make at all. It's rather simple. So I would call it beginner friendly. Then we skip these and we have to work in 4 here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1. And another 4. So yeah, it's almost like as if it was winter today. That's the same light we have when it's winter. That's how gray it is outside. Ah, my goodness. A real rainy, thundery, almost as if it's like autumn winter, yeah. But, so what do we have of plans? It's club evening, so I'll be heading to the club later today. Then tomorrow, my plans definitely are sleeping out. I need that. And in the evening, we will be going out for dinner with a friend, which we haven't seen for a long time. And then that's pretty much for the plans. And I mean, Sunday, a bit before lunch, we'll have to go to the airport because I am flying to Denmark, where I will be for a week. Oh yeah, I probably need to ensure there's groceries in the house for when I'm gone. Packing, definitely something I need to do. Yep. So there are a few things to do. I mean, it's not like desperately busy. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? Sarah, good morning to you, lady. And yes, I am well, except I'm a bit tired, which is a weird thing because I have been really good girl. I mean, the last 2 nights I've gone to bed on time. Just saying. Like, I've been really, really good. I've gone to bed on time. I did sleep a little bit longer the day before yesterday. I mean, almost 20 minutes more. But further, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, please do. I mean, we all like to get new Yarny friends. 1 week done. Popping over to share the first week of the make along. So I guess next week you'll get a new color. Or the die calls. We shall see. But week 1 complete. Yay! Always nice with colors, isn't it? Karen says she will be off to the DFW Fiberfest. That sounds cool. DFW Fiberfest. It's in Texas. That sounds so cool. In Irving. But it's so far away. I mean, it'll be like a 12 hours travel to get there at least with flights. I found the link, so I will be so kind to share for those in Texas. There is the link for the Fiberfest that Karen is going to. Sarah, I'm in the Netherlands. I mean, first I would need to ensure I get an ESTA to actually get into to the States, and then yeah, it's a bit of a long call this weekend, unfortunately. But I can imagine if you live anywhere close, it would be awesome. This is for the hospital systems, so try to use bright and cheerful colors. I think that's a good idea, especially when it's for the hospitals. It's always said green is the color of hope, so something with lots of greens, maybe. Rev wouldn't mind going, but it is a longer drive to ask the wife since she is not really into fiber arts. Is that Rev where you kind of do the she does something for you and you do something for her kind of ish thing? Like it goes both ways? I don't know if there's anything she interests in that you then sacrifice yourself a bit for to do for her. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. I'm spending some money today. Well, we all like spending money. I mean, I deposited some money today. And I also sort of spent money today. It's been a while since I've seen my bank account list lean, but it will get better. So I'm hopeful it will be fine. I can drive to Rhinebeck, but I do not need more yarn. It's not a question of need; it's a question of want. It's a question of want. You know, you can also go to these places without buying stuff. I mean, right? I was very, very tempted at. So the thing is, probably, I don't know, if it's decent weather next time I'm in Amsterdam, would I go back and see Stephen West, so Penelope and Stephen's store? Probably. Would I shop? Depends. I mean, there is some really, really, really gorgeous hand colored yarns there. But I don't need yarn. Exactly. I don't need to get anything. Doesn't mean I don't want to feel. For example, so Stephen West has these Malabrigo Rios hanging as well, which actually surprised me because I thought it was mainly just his own yarns. And I touched that yarn and I was like, after touching it, I was like, I have to own. But I also decided I wasn't going to get it there because I had others that I wanted to get, other yarns. Because I kind of planned a few things from home. I meant like it would be weird being in that store and not getting anything. So there is a shawl project I have pending upstairs that I need to start on at some stage. But I think that could be a great 2027 project. I mean, we need projects for 2027. And have a few other things I'd like maybe to make in 2026. 2, 4, 1. Isn't that a challenge? I have so many projects I want to make, I can't choose between them all. Who would have thought? So a part of me has really been thinking about learning to knit more intricate patterns for hats and beanies. So it's not just a classic rib knit or some other plain thing. And then work that up with more fancy yarns, like, for example, the Malabrigo yarns. That would be nice, like a nice woolen warm beanie and some gorgeous yarns. But I also don't feel like doing that before I actually know if I can do it. We don't need yarn, we only want yarn. Karen would love to visit Rhinebeck, but I don't need yarn. And none of us need yarn. We just like yarn. I mean, I love shopping yarn. 1. Oh, I don't need to do this. I need to skip. I'm not doing the right pattern if I do it like that. I did that correct, all of over here, so it should not be that difficult, Stina. There's a fiber festival in New Jersey and another one in Allentown in PA. That would be Philadelphia, I think. But the same sentiment applies. I watch the videos and live vicariously through the content creators. Yeah. So basically, people like. I think that's why we like watching other people do their yarn hauls. because we have this feeling we almost do it ourselves, but we're not spending money doing it. And we do get to see yarns, and there's talked about yarns, and that does give you this little bit of a feeling. I mean, right now when I'm stashing all my yarns, it almost feels like I'm buying them again, even though I'm financially not. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of yarn in my stash, and there is still a lot to go through. But we are definitely closer to the end than we are to the beginning. So there's that. There's some positive. We are getting closer. I'm going to try to make the NJ sheep and wool too. I love seeing the animals. Ah, yay. That sounds cute. Have fun at the fiber festivals, everyone. Yeah, I don't know if there's a fiber one when I go anywhere. No, probably not. So I'll just do with the stores. I mean, I'll go visit a yarn shop. I will do that next week. I'll be visiting a yarn store. Trying not to buy anything. Hello, Crochet Queen. Welcome to this live. Wonderful to see and meet you. I would say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, but I do not know where you are. I kind of want to go, but I cannot ask her to drive 200 miles on a weekend. We already have things we need to do. Yeah, so timing isn't best. I can see that. And that is indeed a longish drive. That's for sure. I need to use up the yarn I have. Yeah, well, I also need to do that, but I mean, I'm expecting to live longer than my stash, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I will tell you in with the yarns I've stashed so far, I expect to live longer than my stash if I don't buy any yarn. But I haven't finished stashing all my yarn, so maybe not. Could also be that at some stage I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna use this regardless, and then I'll just sell it. I mean, I have yarns that I got at some stage for a really good price, which I know if I would resell it, I would get at least, if not more than what I paid. So, I mean, it's almost like an investment. You know, like if you buy a gold coin, it gets worth more. No? Karen will be meeting Ruff next year at the Yarn Festival. Great point. Susan loves the mystery yarn unboxings. Me too. Oh, now I want to get mystery boxes. That would be nice. But we also know that I don't need yarn, so no, 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 no. No. The only mystery boxes right now there is that I could be interested in grabbing would be Hobby's cotton yarns, which, by the way, is usually a decent price for what you get. Let's pop over. They would have the lucky bags. Right now you have the 1 kilo of cotton, which definitely are a good deal because you will get there, you will get, usually if it's the 50-gram skeins, you'll get 20 skeins. So you only pay like €1.40 per skein rather than the normal price of almost €3. So this is like a 50% discount on their cottons. Usually that will be cottons which, or the skeins, which either the color is being discontinued or the brand is being discontinued, or they got new dye lots and they have only a bit left of the dye lots and they get thrown into this sort of lucky bag mixture. Then they have their lucky bags for acrylics, 500 grams. So it's not the best deal, but you never really know what you get. So it's a bit more open, free thing. They have mixed fibers, but it's not on stock, so that's not happening. They have a lucky bag with wool, 500 grams of random wools. Again, you don't know what you get, so that's also definitely a lucky one. Lucky bag shine, not in stock. They are lucky bag mega. I think this is like their mega balls. You've probably seen the World of Yarn mega balls, which is like it's a bit similar to the pound of love kind of concept. It's 400 grams of yarn, so that's almost a pound of yarn. And then yeah, that's usually what's in those. Also, it's not on stock. Then what we have down here is also not on stock. We have sock yarns, lucky bag containing just sock yarns. And you have the Hobby Flash deal. So that could also be anything. It doesn't really define what's a flash deal. It just says not on stock. And it says, are you a fan of surprises? We too. Lucky bags are perfect for blah, blah, blah. This Elke Flash deal includes 500 grams of 100% acrylic yarns. That's it. So you know it's acrylic, but you don't really know much else about it. I think lucky bags are fun, but I mean, you need to be prepared to get a plethora of things you may also not know what to do with. I had some really nice ones in the past, and I also have some where I've been, shall we say so, less impressed. That was row 16, by the way. That means that it's now time to keep focus, blah, blah, blah. 3 stitches, and then that's when it changes. Yeah. Make it an overnight trip. Ooh. But Rev can't. She has things she has to do both mornings. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Sometimes we have other appointments too. And there is that's a life thing. Can't really change appointments. I have a bunch of appointments next week, but I made some of them myself, or just told I'm fine. And we should be fine. I mean, it's going to be good. Cheers, by the way. Don't forget to hydrate if you haven't done that yet, because hydration is important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need to skip 4, 2, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm expecting 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fitting. Oh, I love when it's predictable. So yeah, I mean, lucky bags can be pretty cool. Yeah, indeed. Maybe you can meet each other next year. That could be cool, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, when we then increase with these fields, we will be increasing with 2 at a time. Susan tells me she picked up about 12 skeins of various colors of Hobby 8.4 and 8.6 cotton from her library group cast-off bin. Ooh. So you got projects planned out as well, or at least you got some hobby yarns. I mean, they are gorgeous, those yarns. It's a completely different type of cotton than, let's say, Little Sugar and Cream. Because it's a soft cotton. Where I heard the Lily Sugar and Cream is a bit more rough in it. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've seen some people trying to sell, for example, on the Dutch marketplace, we also have people selling hobby yarns. And one of them wanted to sell some sultans, which I probably wouldn't have mind bought if it was a good deal. But the thing is, it wasn't a good deal because I can still get them cheaper when they're on sale on hobby sites. So I'm like, if it's no, why would I? Like, pay for shipping and pay for something where I know I can get a better deal from myself. Oh no. So sometimes I think people think that they're sitting on a gold mine. I mean, people need to know themselves how desperately they want to sell a yarn or move on. But in this case, I was like, you're asking me to pay for 4 to 5 euros more per cake than what I can get from when they're on sale. I wouldn't want to do that. Obviously cheaper than their normal price, but we all know that normal prices are just outrageous, and their regular sales price is probably more like what normal price should be like. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sarah got something recently too. Fine cotton. What are you going to make with it? Good question. Whoa, the Twister is $51 a cake now, but I think isn't that because you get the tax tariff shit on top? I mean, I get obviously Dutch prices, so for me they're 35 euros. Oh yeah, and they of course run Danish prices and they don't run US prices, so it will also depend on the exchange rate. So let's see, we are on the US side, because now I have to see for myself. Though Twisters are on sale this week. Twister. So they're on sale right now. But it's 38.40. And then the question is, what does the tariffs add on top? Because it's from Turkey. Let's just put this one into my cart and then pop over and see for funsies. Go to checkout. Oh, new, no extra fee. The tariffs, aka duties, are now included in the product prices. Only your local state taxes are added at checkout. Wow. That's almost cheaper than what we get it. So now that's interesting. So here it's 40% off. What are they on the Dutch side? Of course, I thought they were like 35, but maybe it's 40. Oh, it's 40. But I mean, well, 50% off. So we get a better discount. Who would have thought that? That's live right now. I mean, so I would pay 17.50 or 35 is regular price for us. And the US regular price is 38.40, which is closer to the 35 probably, but you only have a 40% discount deal. It is though including tariffs, so I guess they can suffer the tariffs. So basically Hobby eat the tariffs for you guys when they ship to the US. Because this price hasn't, it's just the price before. So instead of earning them the tariffs, they're just swallowing them from you. There you know. There you know. We learned something today. I'm not surprised because it tells something about how well Hobby makes money. 2, 3, 4, 5. I've seen people overpay on yarn on the popular auction apps. Yeah, also true. Susan says I buy the Hirschness Milan cakes because I don't care about the colors, because I donate the shawls. Makes good sense. I mean, there was once when Hobby had to change the name on their Cotton Kings and yeah, their Cotton Kings. So all the Cotton King cakes. So the old cakes were placed without labels in lucky bags. I actually have some of those unboxings on the very, very first on my channel, some of the very first ones. And you could get 4 cakes for 30 euros, which is a really good deal. Or was it 33 euros or something like that? Basically was like 50% off at least. And you could get either the Cotton Kings Sultan or the Cotton King Sultan Deluxe. And the thing is, before the Cotton Kings turned into a brand, they were called Hobby Twirls. So TWIRLS, Twirls. But that's too close to Scheepjes Swirls. So they found themselves in a lawsuit and ended up changing the name of the yarn. And that is why they made all those lucky bags. But those lucky bags, they were freaking amazing, I tell you. I mean, that was some really good deals. That was not bad at all. Let's see. We did the tip already, so I need to chain 5. So yeah, I am all in on those. But unfortunately, they don't do those anymore, those cake bags. They must have had a fair bit because they were there for maybe half a year. 2, 3, 4, 5. Something was 51. I'm going to try to find it now. Oh, they do definitely have some pricey things. Maybe they're the cashmere. They had some cashmere things at some stage. I even don't know if they have it now. I'll pop over and see what it could be. Yeah, cashmere. I think it's there. I don't know if they still have that. No, they don't. Ooh. You definitely have different yarns than we do. What would they have made? Sure. By best selling? No. Price? High to low. There you go. The most expensive they have is the Baby Cotton Organic Color Pack of 44 for a pack of 10. And then of course you have their crochet along kit, which I don't really count in because it's all old temporary stuff. 2, 3, 5. And then, of course, they have the hobby twister. We go to the wheel of alpaca. That's expensive. I mean, unless it's for a specific color, I'd much quicker get the flowers alpaca. Jesus. Yeah, €4, $4.40 for Egyptian cotton is not bad. It's true. It's just 50 gram skeins though, so it's 1.75 ounce skeins, not 3.5 ounce skeins. Just so you're aware. Um, but honestly, I see prices like when I see people who go into Michaels or Hobby Lobby or whatever they go into in on the US or Walmart even, and I'm like, I find your price is pretty expensive for most of it, not all of it, but you have like lots of expensive things in between, which shocks me. I'd never pay €10 for an acrylic skein of yarn. I haven't, at least so far. Soft silk sounds pretty cute. I'm curious. Then we go back down here. We have the unicorn, which is, by the way, really gorgeous. This is sock yarns. That's sock yarns. And then we head down to the regular dahlia cakes. But I have some of this sunbird in my stash. Ooh. But oh, you can even get burnout from the US store, but you can't get it in Denmark or in the Netherlands. It's a bit fun. But some of the things you can get via Hobby, but we cannot. Soft yak yarn. So 76% cotton, 15% yak, and 9% nylon. It's woven, so that's like this English reasonably expensive yarn. I mean, for one ball, it's probably like a 50-gram ball, but okay, it's yak, so hey. The soft silk here from BC Yarn is 100% silk. That is why the price is what the price is, but it's being discontinued. 100 grams to 350 meters. It's reasonable. But I mean, it doesn't look soft, but it should be. That was really a bright pink, wasn't it? I mean, whoa. This looks gorgeous. But this is like chain spun. Interesting. Nice blue color. But yeah, it's a 50-gram skein for $17.60. Oh my goodness. They want to give me a heart attack? I mean, that is going to be one hell of an expensive sweater if you want to have it in yak yarn. Whoa. Here you have the makeup balls I talked about earlier that they were putting in the lucky bags. And they come either in a DK weight or in an Aran weight. This is Aran weight, I believe. Yeah, Aran. So it's 400 grams to 700 meters, basically. So it's a pretty decent sized skein of yarn in lots of various colors, but they also have some discontinued ones. It's an okay acrylic. But yeah, I mean, the wheel of alpaca is crazy expensive. I agree. And that's why I'm saying, like, you know, the wheel of alpaca I would not get by Hobby. I would just get the flowers alpaca, which is basically yarn art's version of wheel of alpaca. Exact same yarn, much different price. It's like a third maybe of the price. Half for sure. Yakety yak, don't frog back. Yeah, exactly. No, you probably won't want that. Here is some pricey yarn. Nimble and Needles. Oh, yes, this German knit designer. Let's pop over and see what he has of interesting things. Vicuna wool knitting with the most expensive fiber in the world. Oh, go away, ads. Um, hmm. First way. Ooh, that's a cute beast. I'm trying to find the price of it. Please. No? Like, I need the link. Where can I buy? And not just read all that. FAQ. It doesn't say, but I bet it's expensive. I mean, it sounds very expensive. Small mammals will show how blah 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 produce sex blah blah blah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Probably. I couldn't quickly find the price, but I mean, let's be reasonable. An ounce gain of vicuna yarn currently costs between 250 and 300 US dollars. Jesus. Yeah, no, just no. Let's be reasonable, people. Come on. I mean, yes, a good hand dyed skein costs money because it costs money to produce the yarn, it costs money to hand dye them, and so on. I get that. But 2, 3, 4. Let's be realistic as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'm not so sure that I would be quite popular if I said, honey, I'm just gonna buy some yarn. It's only 250 USD per ounce. I want to knit a sweater and I need 10 ounces. It would be like, honey, no way. And that's even though I have my own money, but that would be no way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even that would be no way, probably. I mean, it's like go get a Birkin bag from Hermes. Good morning, Lisa. Great to see you. And yes, indeed, hit the like and subscribe. We'd like more new Yarny friends. We have a new Yarny friends among us. And Karen is with us. Somewhere. If we didn't scare Karen away just yet. My man doesn't love me anymore, crying. I cannot partake all of the savings at Hobby today. Yeah, I know it's hard, huh? But yeah, I would not necessarily it would be wrong to say if my guy loves me or not. I think he's indifferent as long as I'm reasonable. But he would probably stop loving me if I keep buying yarn and not clearing out some of my stash because I mean it's taking up excessive amount of space in our home. I think I have more than 100 kilos of yarn. I don't know yet. I'm not finished measuring, but I'm definitely past the 100 based on how much I've done so far and how much I know I approximately have left, which is crazy. That yarn is very delicate and will snaps easily as most people run another yarn with it. Okay, but still crazy. Could never be me. Ain't dropping no 300 on 1 ounce of yarn. Neither. I mean, just no. 17. Row 17 complete, my friends. Ooh. I'm just gonna get this row started. Then I'll catch up on you guys. Oh, don't split on me, Jan. Even if I was rich, I couldn't spend that on one skein. He spoils me, so I really cannot complain. I think I'm pretty spoiled too. I mean, he drives me happily to the airport, knowing that I'm gone for a week. And it's an hour and a half drive each way, and he has to drive all the way back. And he does it happily, or maybe not happily, but he does it without complaining every time. So I guess there is that. And he does sometimes comment on what I make. I mean, he told me the Bakes the Bat was cute, which is a milestone on its own. I mean, he saw it was a bat. I did not tell him. He saw that on his own. So when he can see what it is and he comments it's cute, I mean, winner. But I'm not so convinced that he would appreciate me spending that much money on yarn. I once saw people who saves up their scraps of yarn, and then especially like the woolen yarns and so on, and they would end up card it back out and then spin it into new yarn. So basically take the scraps and spin that scraps into new yarns. I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's also like the expensive world. Oh no. Come on. Yay. Two, three, 4, 5. One, two, three. But yeah, that's expensive. I can't believe a yarn even costs that much. That's really not. No way. Ooh. Every 3 rows, it's this fiddly fiddle. Get into the stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah. The reason it's so expensive is because Vacuna cannot be domesticated. Yeah, I guess that's not illogical. But that doesn't mean that I'm ready to spend $300 on an ounce of yarn. 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe it's also like the fibers are, as mentioned, quite delicate. So it takes quite some to make the skeins. Good morning, Racine. Today we are talking about insanely expensive yarns. I mean, would you pay $300 for a ounce of yarn? I would. Lisa says, however, there is another fiber that's nearly identical to the vicuña. It is still expensive, but realistically so. Okay, yeah. I get why it's expensive, especially if you can't get domesticated, but I'm just not sure if I would be willing to spend that sort of money on yarn. I mean, and I would be even more sad if it, if you get to like it so much, it becomes a piece you love. You keep wearing it, and wearing it is tearing at some stage. I mean, wear and tear, right? At some stage, it will be worn out, and then I would feel absolutely horrible. But on the other hand, I also don't get why people pay $10,000 for a wedding dress because they wear it once. But I'm not the right to talk because I'm not married. I live in sin. Guanaco. Okay. Racine confirms that it's expensive and she would not pay that much. Well, I think most of us wouldn't. I would feel most horrible for getting it and then making something nicely, and then I get to love the piece and I keep wearing it, and then it's worn out, and I would like, yeah. No. That would make me cry. I mean, hard work, lots of money, worn out. Yeeks. But at the same time, I guess it must make you feel good. But that's no guarantee either. I mean, not necessarily. Les Lanes Biscottes. We have a list here. Accept. This is the Tex Andes Guanaco by Tex Andes for biscuit yarns. A majestic creature who is native to Argentina. The guanaco fiber is a precious exclusive material that has been treasured by guacos for centuries in Patagonia, sourced from the wild and shared according to strict Amorphal World Guide, blah blah blah. Due to its rarity, guanaco can only be shorn once every 2 years, making each meter of yarn even more valuable. Wow. Oh, go away. Composition 70% merino, 30% guanaco, weight 50 grams, yardage 200 meters. Hand washing cold water, dry flat. I would definitely follow instruction on this one, but I mean, 38. Is this USD or is it Canadian? Canadian, it's a bit cheaper than USD, but still. It's still pricey. Pricey. And it's not even full, but I can imagine it being even more expensive if it was a full. Every 2 years. Shorn. It's Canadian. I thought so. It's similar to cashmere. Yeah. Cashmere is also nice and soft. Two, four, six, seven. 1, 2, 3. Fiddle, fiddle. Yeah. So every third row in this pattern, I'm fiddly to work into the chain stitch every few stitches. I'm not a big fan of fiddly stuff. Ooh, look here, friends. Do you guys know what this means? It's right there. It is a color change. We have the color change of today. Let's see if I can pop it up here. Let's see where it is here. Ta-da. You see the knot? You see the very ever so slight change in colors. It is turning a bit more darker orange. Color change. For those who is curious of the yarn, I'm just quickly gonna show you guys this absolutely gorgeous piece of yarn. It is the Hobbies Cotton Kings Sultan Deluxe. It's in the colorway 24, and 24 is the colorway Koi Diamond. Koi Diamond, it's called. But yeah, we have a color change coming up. One, two, three. But I also did say to you when we started this live that I do think we will have a color change today. We did. But if the pace is the same as with the twister, that will probably also be the only one today. But that's all right. I mean, the color changes are fun, but it's not why we do this. One, two, three, four, 5. So we had a color change today. I am super duper happy. So Lisa, do you have any plans for today or this weekend for that matter? I will have some training done later today. Then this weekend I'll spend some time sleeping out. I need to prepare things. Need to pack. I need to attempt getting some edits done. Yeah. Do, do, do. Look at photos, get stuff uploaded. I really need to spend some time making like an Instagram post. Stuff like that. But I'm so bad at doing some things. I mean, it's just so easier to postpone and then not do it. I ordered a set of needle tips. I didn't have big enough ones for my anniversary cakes. I'm heading into rough territory. They are 10 millimeters. Whoa, that's huge. This is where I like short color runs in my very good yarn. I had 14 color changes in that 14 inch score. You counted them. Yeah. Or there's a benefit of, I guess, I think, when they're too short, it's also not fun. But yeah, what's the perfect length? Lisa's plans. I have a local festival here this weekend, hobby, and I volunteer at both with the local ministry. Okay. Used 9 millimeters a bunch. Last time I used a 9 millimeters was to make, I think, the bread basket, or was that a 7? Then I used 9 millimeter with some insanely bulky yarn for a crochet beanie, which I think I did give away. What I think I need to do is to check how much room I have in my luggage and see if there are any pieces which I think I'd rather donate than attempt to resell. And then, plainly as is, get those picked away and bring them with me along. Because I will have an easier time to donate them to a good cause in Denmark, because we will be visiting the local one where my mom is a part of next week, Saturday. And then I can option to bring some of the things with me, which I'm defined 100% sure will donate rather than attempt reselling. That will make good sense, personally, I think. We finished one more row. Row 18, my friends. Row 18 complete. Do you guys want to see how we are looking? You should, right? So, we will see if we can put it nicely out. You can't really completely see the tip, which means that it's definitely been growing. I mean, it is getting a bit better at not curving, but it is still wanting to curve a bit. I mean, I think this helps when you definitely do get it blocked, and then you can like pull down on the other pieces as well. But yeah, we are growing, as you can see. It's becoming, I think, a rather bigger lacy shawl. I do believe the final measurements is estimated to be like 1.80 m across. So we flip the work around and we do some more stackings. But we only have the first here, so we need another 3 rows before we start adding a new. I don't know what we should call these, sort of lacy pattern feelings in between. Then we'll need to skip that bit and jump all the way over here. Motive? Yeah, maybe it's motive. I'm not sure. It's yeah. It's definitely like a pattern, bit of lacy pattern I like. Bottom line is this is a type of filet crochet because I mean there isn't fancy stitches giving it lots of texture. So I'd call this closer to um yeah, filet crochet of some kind in comparison. Okay, so what's up next week? As you guys know, I will be away, which means that we won't be live, or I won't be live. And if I go live, it's gonna be more of your lucky day rather than anything else. But I highly, highly doubt I'll go live. And then next week we will have a yarn talk video. We'll have a sort my stash video, and we'll have the August summary of my stash consumption. Yeah, pretty much. And normally I would do these sort my stash video and stacking it on Ravelry on the Mondays. But I think due to it's being so long since we had a yarn talk video, And due to the fact I am not going to go live regardless, and the yarn talk has been pre-recorded because, well, when you have time, you need to do things. That's just how it is in this content creator world. That sounds fancy, right? I had to plan, and therefore it was recorded yesterday, and I think that I will launch Monday instead. Then Wednesday we will have the stash summary of August, and then Friday we will be sorting the stash. I also know that there is likely going to be a Monday. I don't know when, but sometime between now and Christmas, where I may announce that I'll go live, but I may not go live and provide you another content video, because in 2 weeks' time, my partner will be going on a business trip, and that is going to be on his normal Monday off. So where I normally would not be live. So I'd likely be live on that Monday as a replacement, but I don't know yet which alternate Monday or maybe any other day he may option to take off instead. So it could be that I may tell you one plan, but the plans may change due to real life situations. And I do hope you understand and respect that. But further than that, we're just cracking along here on the Narya Shawl. Link to the pattern in the description box down below if you would want to buy the pattern. You don't have to. But I mean, for those who's curious. It's a reasonably priced one, if I remember correct. It comes at €6.40. Yes, life happens sometimes. Indeed. Sometimes life happens. Here, life happens regularly. You know, it's also been like a month since I had my last yarn talk video, so it's kind of time. And for the members, of course, you can see the day early. That's usually how it goes. 2, 4, 2, 4 with the one there. Popping over here. I see we have more people joining this live. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and say hello. We like new Yarny friends. But also, if you're more the shy character, of course we understand. If you just would rather just want to come in, sit down and hang out. I mean, coffee and tea is obtainable. Also a glass of lemonade if you'd rather have, and a biscuit. And don't get dehydrates. It's important. Yeah. Ooh, Susan has notifications on. That's also important. I mean, then you get notified whenever I do pop live or release a video. Two for skip. So it's been a bit of a sad week or month, maybe even. I mean, it did make me a bit sad to hear Dolly had passed away. And apparently also Jim Curry, not Kerry, but Curry. Um, and today the Norwegian king passed away. Like lots of passings, but of course they're all of a reasonably age. So it's not illogical that it has to happen at some stage, but you know, it does make you sad. I heard a suggestion to make the 25th of September Dolly's Day because it's 9 to 5 in the US terms of dates, which I thought was a pretty cute idea, except, well, it doesn't work in the sense of here in Europe because we do the dates opposite. We do first date, then month, and year, where the US do month, date, year, which is my optics a bit confusing, but it's just what you're used to, I guess. But I like the idea of making 9 to 5 Dolly's Day because of the working 9 to 5 song. It seems like a good choice. Yeah, definitely looking forward to the coming week, to spend some time with my family. I will both see my parents, but I will also see some side of my family. We'll be going to a birthday party as well. Um, do crafty stuff. I'll see some friends. Um, I'll have to work, of course. Yay. So yeah, I'll be bringing my work with me. That's the only downside. Um, but yeah, so far it seems I feel positive on the regard of getting to stay in November. Um, like, they what I understand is as long as I do my job and it looks good, they don't see a reason to replace me. But it's not confirmed yet either. But it's looking positive at the moment, if that makes sense. So that's a good thing. So let's hope it remains positive. That would be awesome. But yeah, so it means that I will be flying on Sunday. I'll also have to take the train. It's been a while since I've been with a train. It's been since spring, but that should be fine. I mean, taking the train isn't that difficult. I just hope that they are done with the renovations so the train actually leaves from the train station so I don't necessarily have to go take a metro. Because the metro is packed. And I don't want that. I mean, I'd rather not. Also, because metro doesn't directly stop, I think, at the central station as such. Well, it does, but I would have to change the metro then as well in Copenhagen. Oh, it's a mess. So if I can just take the train all the way, that would be nice. You know what? One more row complete. That was row 19. Holy moly smokies. But as I said, I'm kind of into how this one works so far. We are not adding yet because if you now can, you're starting to get the idea here. I mean, see, we're only halfway here to add the next of these motifs. Here, these are equally sized. So another 3 rows before we are adding the next 2 motifs, one in the center and one on the end or the borderline. Until then, we just keep cracking on. I mean, row by row by row. It is definitely growing in size. Um, when we started this stream, we could have it all in the screen. Now, my friends, it's a bit more difficult. I need to kind of hold it up to do so. But yeah, we are growing nicely. Well, I guess I'm going to go on a road trip in a week and a half. Okay, so where are you going? If you're going to go on a road trip? I mean, that's curious. Where would you be going? Anything interesting? You know, the train trip for me is almost like a road trip. And then I realize flying from New York to Amsterdam is only like 6 hours, which I'm surprised about. It's not longer. But of course, it's because you fly um, against the turn of the globe. It takes longer to fly the other direction. You're going to Alberta? Okay. Anything interesting in Alberta happening? Three, four, five. 4, 5. Reminds me, I need to reserve a hotel room. Mm-hmm. Two, three, four, 5, which I need in towards the end of October. So I still have some time, but it is a busy weekend in the region, so I probably should get it done. So I should probably put that on my to-do list for tonight. I mean, we stayed there last year for the same event, and that was brilliant. And it's just a single night, but I mean, if it worked, why not a repeat? A bunch of things. Brother-in-law wants to buy a spool of pipe. Need to get his son Mexican passport. And third, check out auction for the business that's being liquidated. Oh, that sounds busy. That sounds like a busy trip. But I mean, sometimes you can get good things at an auction if it's a company being liquidated. And we all can use a good bargain. I mean, sometimes you may just be lucky. It's the same, like, it's the same, like, if you can save money, it's money earned in the sense of it's money you don't have to spend later on. It's a bit like when I get, like, if I do groceries and I see meat is on sale, I will most definitely 3, 4, 5 buy the meat that's on sale, um, and put it in my freezer because it lasts and it will save me instead of just having to buy it at regular price. Um, if I'm lucky enough to see meat that we eat more regularly, and I see it's like, last date, and therefore you get extra discount, a last date advised sale in the store, it's still perfectly fine to eat, and I will freeze it down instantly. Like, I go home and I freeze it down. All three things are like 3 hours driving apart. Brother-in-law is kind of on the way, but is an extra stop, and we need to get this done in 4 days. It's an 11-hour drive to the first stop. That's definitely like a road trip. And I mean, It still sounds like it's worth the hassle. And Canada is just so much bigger than here. I mean, my parents live 9 hours away. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And we can now see, so there's being a big, so they are building a new tunnel under one of the rivers here, or actually they're building a bridge. The tunnel is already there for the trains, but they're building a bridge to cross it with a highway, and they will attach it closer to Germany, which basically means that we may soon be quicker there, but also in Denmark, between Denmark and Germany, they're also building a bridge, a tunnel under the water between Denmark and Germany, which then causes not to need a ferry. So in like 5 years' time, if everything goes well, we will be able to drive there much quicker than we can now. Like we'll probably save like an hour, maybe on a good day. That is something I'm really looking forward to. Like, no need to wait for a ferry. And instead of a ferry that takes 45 minutes to cross, it's a 10 or 12 minutes drive. And you also don't need to wait to get loaded on the ferry and offloaded and all that stuff. I am really genuinely looking forward to this when that's complete. And then as well as the bridge they're building down here across the river. I mean, I'm not sure if that on its own will benefit our travel to Denmark, but it will benefit my travel to many of the places we go to um, in Germany during the winter because it brings it much closer to us. It will though be a toll bridge, but it's gonna be like I don't know, €2 or €3 to cross it. 6, 8, 10. You'll basically living in the truck for 4 days. Yeah, but you have a comfy truck, right? So you'll be fine. And also need to take your son to the doctor here in 45 minutes. Well, in half an hour, I need to get started on cooking dinner. Even though dinner today is a bit easy, it is leftovers from a Wednesday. So I have an easy dinner day today. Yep, you have a comfy truck indeed. Going to see if I can squeeze some road trip yarn shopping on that trip somewhere. Well, go have a look at where you're going and see if there's something in the neighborhood. I mean, if they value your beanies and sweaters and so on, they gotta know that you have to have yarn to keep doing it. I mean, it's a necessity. I'll be seeing a yarn shop next week. If I'll get anything, I don't know. I shouldn't because, well, Susan tells me I'm on a yarn diet. Well, I tell myself too because we know I have too much yarn. I think while hubby's at the auction yard, I can go to Michael's. They should have new cakes by then. Well, good deal. That works too. Susan is laughing. I guess she knew that my reference was indeed on the yarn diet. Or maybe, I don't know if I get yarn. Depends. I don't know what they have in the store yet. We'll see. Maybe not, maybe. Um, current no concrete plans on it though, if that helps anything. But then Rev says it's vacation yarn. That's all right. So that will go for you too, Lisa. It's vacation yarn. It's definitely all right. And you have already declared your intentions that you want to get the new anniversary cakes when they're out. So, I mean, that goes simple, right? It's called priorities. Oh, I have a warning here saying we are having heavy thunderstorms today. Okay. Well, we did have thunderstorm already once during the stream, so maybe more is coming. Who knows? Meanwhile, I can inform you guys that we just finished row number 20. That means we are at 20 now on my little counter here, who helps me keep track. Next row is fiddly row. Do I need to say more? Fiddly row means I need to work into those tiny, tiny stitches in the chains. Then the following row is another of those, and then we get to add the new thingy to the pattern. Oh, I do apologize for the yawning. Apparently, I am tired, or well, my brain needs oxygen. They say the reason for yawning is oxygen. I do apologize if I did infect you guys, because I know yawning can be quite infectious. And it may be even though through screen. So if that happened to be the case, I do apologize most sincerely. Wood new thingy. We stand a new thingy. Yay. Slowly getting there. I mean, cracking it on here. Meanwhile, there has been a 12 lovely people of you who has chosen to like this stream. If you haven't done it yet, please do hit the like, because that genuinely do support me. Thank you so much. I know I have the same, Lisa. Pleta is teasing me with a 35% sale. I get the same emails. But also, Lisa, I have been a good girl and I say I do only get from Pleta if I can get it with free shipping. And free shipping means I need to spend 199 euros, which is a lot of money. And I am not going to do that. So I am not going to order from Pleta. But I am desperately tempted to get some. I mean, I'm staying away, but I genuinely wouldn't mind shopping their site. I could. Like, finding things I would like to have is easy. Um, but we're a little bit into the it does not make sense to get, because I mean I have enough. I'd like to, but like to is a little bit different from what one need to. And I'm also not sure if what I like quickly could do with, I don't know if that might be on sale. And then I'm like, it's still like a lot of yarn. I mean, it's a fair bit, but 35% discount is a nice deal. But it's not all yarns, it's just their selected whatever, right? And some of them are really nice. Fiddly fiddly. Two, three, four, five. But I'm all curious, what do they have on sale? I mean, ooh. Well, okay, now the problem is I deviated. Platter yarns on sale. I mean, 35% discount here on Prima. Kinda nice, but nah. Polyester, the Moulin Rouge. This is 40% off. That's actually a good deal. I mean, I don't need macrame yarns. This is like reasonably thin. It's almost like crochet thread, but not completely. It's viscose cotton. Then the opals. This would work if you, for example, already have the cake opals and you need to extend the yarn. Then you might find the color you need here, a solid color that could work with it. I mean, it's still not a bad price, but it's not like yay. Because we're a little bit back to me being like, I don't want to pay for shipping. I don't want to. I don't want to get that much. I mean, bamboo cotton blend, 20% off. That's not a bad price. 100% bamboo. Oh, that's kind of cute. Wonder how they look. Let's pop in and look. Candy Star drops. Yes. I mean, they have some gorgeous colors in between, but we are a little bit back to the I don't need, because I have more macrame cottons. Even the silk candies is on sale. So they do have lots of nice yarns on sale. Most of them are 20 by the looks of it. But it's also not all of their yarns, right? They do have some Patiana lace yarns here on sale as well. So it's also not only Stanley yarns. Oh, Neko as well for sale. Now when we're talking about variegated colors. But I mean, it's still, it's a good sale if you know you need platter cakes. But is it a really good sale based on other things? Again, we are a little bit like, I'll end up paying the discount and shipping. So if I would get it, I would get it on sale plus get it for the free shipping. That's basically how that would normally work for me. because I really refuse to pay full price. um, but yeah, maybe that's just me being me. But yeah, some yarns on sale, not all of them. It kind of depends. Blah blah blah, kind of thing. Ooh. I am desperately tempted, but I also just know that it, uh, yeah, I don't need this. I mean, yeah, no, I don't need this. Ew, Eyelashan. This is, yeah, that's a weird yarn. I guess it has its purposes, but I am not the most keen on it. Meanwhile, Rev hasn't seen any new yarns that he would like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pleta is generally teasing. I know. It's bad. Really bad. Like I feel like getting stuff, but I should not. Of course, not unless I have specific ideas in mind. But yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm fine. And we also know Pleta will come with another sale when it is Black Friday. And last time I bought yarn during Black Friday with Pleta, I got a discount code as well. As in, you know, buy before that day, use this code, and you get another, I think it was 10 or 15% off on the whole purchase. And then we're still with me being like, I mean, I refuse to pay for shipping. So if I wouldn't say I refuse to pay for it, but I mean, if the company doesn't offer free shipping, I would just pay for it. But sometimes you do get the um, you have the companies with offer free shipping, like Hoppy. I can get free shipping for 39 euros or something like that. So I'll buy 2 cakes and I'll have free shipping. Like, yay! Why would I then only buy one cake and not get free shipping? But Pleta's threshold is so much larger to get the free shipping, which is why I'm like, if you get something, then ideally you may want to consider going together with somebody who also needs something. That could work. In Canada, I almost never get free shipping. Oh, neither from local stores in Canada nor international ones. I think Hopium offers free shipping worldwide, but you also need to order for an insane amount, and then we can again argue if it's actually a good deal to what you're getting. Here, I thought Mary Maxim was tripping with her $98 free for free shipping. Oh, I mean, 199 euros is like what, 220 USD? Something like that. Based on approximate current exchange rates. Can quickly find out though. But I mean, 199 is, oh, 131. Sorry. I mean, still, yikes. 131 American hard dollars to get free shipping. But why would I pay for, like, you know, it's a full cake of yarn, which is free shipping, if not more, depending on the yarn. I'd rather like get an extra cake or two for free, and then yeah, you know, buy more and get free shipping. 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Need to skip over, and I guess that's just my logic math saying I can get extra yarn. I just need to, and if it's almost the same as like with shipping as the fee X shipping and stuff like that, that's when I start doing the math. So I will still try to find the good deals, of course, if I try to go for the free shipping. But yeah. Exactly, it's not gonna happen. I mean, it's well, it could happen. Like I can afford it. That's not the issue. The issue is just I also know it's a lot of money and it's a lot of yarn, and I don't desperately need it. And I have plenty of yarnesses, and there's probably another sale coming. And I mean, yeah, I'll be fine. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Meanwhile, Rev says he's good waiting for when Hirschner has their $35 order free shipping codes. Yeah, that's, I can understand. There was a period last summer, so in the summer of 2025, when Hobby did free shipping to the Netherlands for like 19 euros. And then they upped it to 29 and now it's 39. But it was just a short period of time. And I think that was really to easier get into the Dutch market. I wouldn't be surprised if it was otherwise. But I mean, with Hobby, I've sometimes done a lucky bag to ensure I got the amount which would then give me free shipping, or I bought something else on sale, which I at some stage wanted to get with something else I had to order for something, right? So mostly when I order things, you will see me order enough to get free shipping. No, 39 euros is definitely not horrible. That's quite reasonable. I mean, there are stores here in the Netherlands will offer you free shipping for like 59 euros. And that's also not too horrid. I used to like Pleta's free shipping used to be at 160, or was it 155, and they increased it, which sucks. So it used to be cheaper. But not anymore. When I'm buying for a blanket, I can get to that easily depending on yarn choice. Everything depends on yarn choice. I mean, we can always choose more expensive yarns. So I could get just a little yarn from Pleta and get their like their silk yarns and stuff like that. They have some of them in where there's a silk blend in them, and they're going for 20 plus euros. I mean, 10 cakes and I'm done. Less than 10 cakes. 2, 3, 4, 5. But sometimes there are also other really, really good deals where I'm like, yeah. That said, I do pay for, did I do 1 or 2 orders from Vilrita? That is a Lithuanian store who also sells some nice yarns. And I think when I did that back in the day, I actually did pay for shipping because they had no free shipping option. But then what I then do is I will look at what it costs to ship, and then I'll try to get most possible within a reasonable shipping bracket, if that makes sense, to kind of make most of it. Yeah. I just need to ensure that my skeins cost the least possible per ball. And that's not, it's not because I don't want quality yarn, because I do want quality yarn, but I mean, if I can get quality for cheaper, I guess that's the end line. Like, you know what you want, and you know you want to get what you want as cheap as possible. Because if you save money, you can spend those money on more yarn or something else, a vacation maybe even. It's just regular math. I mean, when you go to the supermarket, you also don't, you won't leave the sales alone. You will intentionally sometimes even shop the sales. So yeah, we are finishing this row. That will leave us at row 21 done when we are complete. It's not that far. I mean, look, we're almost at the end. 1, 2, 3. Two, 3, 4, 5. Ah, come on. Fiddly fiddle. There you are. But yeah, I am actually missing doing my yarn haul videos. I just don't have room for that. So I guess I will at some stage need to either destash or just be patient enough for me to use it. In the end, the goal for me is to decrease, but I haven't gotten a yarn buying ban, right? So I am allowed to buy yarn. But what I really like is the fact that I do get a much better overview of the yarns I have, and I get an idea of how much yarn I use a year and so on. So it does give me an idea of what's reasonable to obtain. Wait. I need to chain there. Then I can do the double crochet. Like that. That was row 21. My friends, row 21 is how far we got. You can actually see now the color change on this yarn because you can see here down there at the bottom. You can see it's a bit darker, very ever lightly so. Ooh, gorgeous. This is what we're working with. I said row 21 complete. Isn't that sweet? It means it's 5 p.m. as well. Oh my god, how time flies today, huh? How time flies. I think it's going good with the shawl. I'm definitely more than pleased and happy with how the progress is going. That's pretty much it. If you started watching this live from the very start until the very end, or if you're rewatching it, thank you so ever much for staying around and supporting. I enjoy spending my time together in your guys' company, and I hope you enjoyed spending time in ours. Yeah, thank you so much. I will have a yarn talk video out on Monday, and Wednesday, if everything goes right, we should have a summary of the Decrease My Stash of August. And on Friday, we will be sorting my stash and stashing more on my Ravelry account. Stay tuned for that. And then, if everything goes well, it may be cancelled, but may not. I should be live again on a Monday, the 7th of September. In that event, it does not happen. We are reverting that to the 9th of September. But yeah, in the beginning of that week, definitely you will be seeing me again. And I will try to keep you guys posted. Thank you so much for hanging around. Take care and happy crafting. And Rev, I might send you a new mail when I have a few other things checked out. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. Take care. Happy crafting. Love you all and enjoy your weekend. Bye.